Medicare. It sounds like something you'd hear whispered in a retirement home, right? Well, it is a healthcare program primarily for seniors, but it's more exciting than bingo night. Basically, it's a safety net that helps older Americans afford healthcare. Because let's face it, growing old is rough on the body, and even rougher on the wallet if you're paying for all those doctor's visits out of pocket. Medicare is a pretty big deal in the US. It covers millions of people, and its impact on the healthcare system is huge. Imagine a world where seniors were suddenly burdened with massive medical bills. It'd be chaos. That's why Medicare exists, to prevent that chaos and ensure our beloved elders get the care they need. But Medicare isn't just about keeping grandma and grandpa healthy. It's also about protecting the entire healthcare system. When seniors can afford healthcare, hospitals are less likely to get stuck with unpaid bills, and that keeps costs down for everyone else. So, yeah, Medicare is kind of a big deal. Now, you might be wondering, who pays for all this? Well, the answer is simple, you do. That's right, Medicare is funded by taxes, specifically payroll taxes. Every paycheck you receive has a little bit shaved off the top and funneled into the Medicare system. But hey, don't get all grumpy about those taxes. Think of it as an investment in your future, because one day you too will be eligible for Medicare. And when that day comes, you'll be thanking your past self for diligently paying those taxes. Plus, it's not like your Medicare taxes are disappearing into a black hole. They're going towards providing essential healthcare for millions of Americans. And that's something worth paying for. So next time you see that Medicare deduction on your paycheck, don't scoff. Smile. You're contributing to a vital program. So, what does all this tax money get you? Well, Medicare is like a giant buffet of healthcare services. You've got your hospital stays, doctor's visits, preventive care, and prescription drug coverage. It's a pretty comprehensive package. But like any good buffet, there are some things that aren't included. Medicare doesn't cover everything. Long-term care, dental, and vision are often left out, so you might need some supplemental insurance to fill in those gaps. Still, Medicare covers a significant chunk of your healthcare expenses. And that can be a lifesaver when you're dealing with the inevitable health challenges that come with age. So, while it may not be perfect, Medicare is a pretty darn good deal. Section 4. Eligible? Not so fast. Now you might be thinking, sign me up. Where do I get my Medicare card? But hold your horses, amigo. Medicare isn't just a free-for-all healthcare program. There are some eligibility requirements you need to meet. The most common way to qualify is by turning 65. Yes, Medicare is basically a birthday present from the government, but it's not the only way in. You can also qualify if you have certain disabilities or end-stage renal disease. So, if you're not a senior citizen or dealing with a qualifying medical condition, you'll have to wait your turn. But don't worry, time flies when you're having fun, or working and paying those Medicare taxes. One day, Medicare will be waiting for you. Section 5. Approval process. It's not instant ramen, folks. Now, let's talk about the approval process. You see, enrolling in Medicare isn't like ordering instant ramen. You don't just add hot water and boom, you're covered. It takes a bit of time for your application to be processed. So, don't expect to walk into a doctor's office the day after you sign up for Medicare and have everything magically covered. It usually takes a few weeks for your coverage to kick in. And in some cases, it might take even longer. The good news is that you can apply for Medicare online, by phone, or through the mail. And the Social Security Administration has a whole bunch of resources to help you navigate the process. So while it might not be instant, getting approved for Medicare is usually pretty straightforward. Section 6. Medicare in a nutshell, with a side of humor. So there you have it, Medicare in a nutshell. It's a vital program that provides healthcare for millions of Americans, funded by your hard-earned tax dollars. It's not perfect, but it's a pretty sweet deal. Just remember, Medicare isn't a magical healthcare fairy that grants you instant access to free medical care. You gotta pay your dues, literally, meet the eligibility criteria, and go through the approval process. But once you're in, and that's something to celebrate. So, the next time someone mentions Medicare, don't just picture a bunch of old folks playing bingo. Think of it as a complex, vital, and slightly humorous part of the American healthcare system. Because let's face it, Healthcare is serious business, but it doesn't always have to be serious boring.